3, 2, 1.
Welcome to The Peaceful Truth, the podcast where we talk about everything from women empowerment, feminism, and more. I am joined by my co-host, which is
Meghan Hoharth.
and I'm Kenzie Meekbeck.
Woo woo. Hi, Kenzie.
Hi. So, Megan,
Yeah.
have I told you that I've become the household cat whisperer?
No, but I can clearly tell because you have all the cats surrounding you.
It's bad. My cat lady status.
It's on point.
Yeah. I'm like concerned a little bit. I'm like going to be single forever, but at least I'll have 3 million cats around me. But seriously, no,
They're all down here.
Like, I think I fed them like twice and now they won't leave me alone.
Nice.
For real. Anyway, but Brownie's on her table, but she's just out of the camera, so you can't tell.
Yep.
Okay.
She's cute.
She's cute. Okay, but today we actually are, I wanted to say something happy because it's a very actually sad day for our country. And yeah, extremely sad.
Extremely. I couldn't stop reading about it. I couldn't stop watching video clips about it. And that doesn't help in the long run.
No.
Like, I feel like you
somewhat.
were saying...
Raising awareness does.
Yeah, you were saying, well, it's good that you're informed and it's good that you know the facts and that you're not trying to hide from it. And I do agree with that, but I do also think that a point comes to where enough is enough. And I literally listened to radio all day long.
Me too. And I think all my coworkers did. So there was a mass shooting, the worst one in U.S. history, which is horrible. 58. Let's double check, but right as of
Last
right now,
time I checked, it was 58.
It was 58 people died of gunshot wounds in Las Vegas from a shooter in the Mandalay Bay. Or is it Mandalay?
Mandalay Bay.
Mandalay Bay. Anyway, doesn't matter. The hotel. He broke out a window and then shot at a country concert. Just killing a lot of people and injuring more than 500.
It's insane. It's such a sad and devastating time for our country. And I just hope that, we will rise above this because we've gone through this before and we will rise above this. But it's the fact that we have gone through this before and that nothing is happening. We can pray as much as we want. We can send positivity. We can donate blood. We can donate money. We can keep ourselves informed. But at the end of the day, something bigger than us needs to happen and needs to change.
We need to do something for the victims,
Yes, they were saying to donate blood.
Everywhere?
Everywhere.
Will they send it?
I don't know if they will send it, but I know
you should just donate blood anyway, probably. But yeah.
Yeah, I feel like maybe they will send it, but I was listening to the radio station this morning and a woman from Seattle called in. And her cousin is a nurse in Las Vegas, and he was saying, go donate blood. And then there's also some GoFundMes for the victims and the victims' families. And this was just like an ultimate act of terrorism in every sense of the word.
Yeah, but we should study the psychology behind it just to figure out why it's happening.
I know, because, usually they're like, oh, they were loners. They didn't have any friends or family that was close to them. That was usually the typical background. And this time, that's not the case.
It just doesn't. He just seems like an average Joe. And
just an average retired guy.
It just, doesn't make sense. News will come out in coming days. There's no point in theorizing, but thoughts and prayers. So what you can do is donate blood, donate to different GoFundMes, and do your research for donating. But not only that, and that's horrific, and these are separate incidences, but there's just been a lot of sadness this past month in general.
I know.
The other thing is Puerto Rico.
Yes, and how many hurricanes there's been this season.
Well, Puerto Rico is just like without everything. Like it demolished them basically, and it's horrible.
I've stayed away from looking at pictures. I don't know why. I guess I got too caught up in Harvey. And so now I haven't looked at pictures of Puerto Rico, but
it's bad. But thoughts and prayers to those impacted by all of those things.
by all of those things. Still thinking about Houston and our home state.
Yeah, Puerto Rico and Las Vegas and Florida. Anyway, it's been a tough time. But we did want to talk about some more progressive news for women.
Yes.
Yes. Apparently, not apparently, it's true. Women in Saudi Arabia can now drive.
Yay.
So I wonder, like, this headline makes me curious. So I'm on the Los Angeles Times, and it says, allowing women to drive is expected to boost Saudi Arabia's economy. I'm like, did they only do it to boost the economy? I don't know. But
hopefully they did it because they realized that women need to drive too.
Yeah, I know. But good for them.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I hope all the women in Saudi Arabia are getting their licenses now.
Yeah, and then save up for a cool ride. No, but I'm sure it's really cool to be able to do that. Yeah.
If I was in Saudi Arabia and I wasn't allowed to drive for that many years, and then I was 28, however old I am now, and then they were like, oh, you can drive, I'd be like, I'm too scared. I'd be scared to drive now.
I think my dad's mom didn't know how to drive till she was significantly older.
Really?
Yeah.
She just lived in a big city where she didn't need to drive?
I think she's born and raised in Indianapolis, but like she just like never
didn't want to.
Didn't really did it. I don't know if it was, I wonder if it was frowned upon or if she just didn't want to.
Now that I live in Seattle, I still have a car, but I use public transportation so much, and I love public transportation, and sometimes I choose it over driving just because of parking.
Oh, Seattle is the worst to drive in.
And Seattle's public transportation probably isn't the best. I mean, we have to ride on buses and make many bus connections, but still it's better than finding parking and having to pay like $30 for parking.
Yeah, I'm trying to read some more info on it. I'm looking on the article.
Oh, they said it was a surprise announcement by Saudi king.
Yeah.
So nobody knew about it.
Huh.
Nice. Well, I'm happy for them.
So women have been advocating for lifting the ban since the 1990s, and they tried again in 2011 and 2013. So finally.
Nice.
Good job. So yeah. So how was your week, Megan? You just came back from a trip.
Yeah, I just came back from Texas to visit my family. It was a really good trip. I got to see my best friend Charlotte, who I haven't seen in a year.
Oh my gosh. That was so exciting.
It was so exciting.
Did you guys have fun?
Mm-hmm. We had a lot of fun. Desmond and I met with my family. We saw our family a lot. We went to Nettie Brown, which is the concert venue in Austin or in Dripping Springs.
Fun.
And we ate Mexican, ate barbecue. I was not a flexitarian. I was a full-on meat eater. And then I gained 3 pounds.
From eating meat?
Yeah.
Dang.
So now I'm back to being a vegetarian for at least a solid 2 weeks. And then we met Charlotte for breakfast the day that we were going to leave because Charlotte lives in Fort Worth. And so she was down in Austin for a baby shower. So it worked out perfectly. And we got to meet her cousin. I was Charlotte's maid of honor, and then her cousin was a bridesmaid, and so Charlotte only had 3 bridesmaids because she did a destination wedding. And so Donnie and I did all of the shower and the bachelorette party and all of that, and so it was really good to see her again.
Oh, that's awesome.
And isn't Donnie a good name for a girl?
That is cool. That's a cool name.
It's Gonni.
Oh, that's sort of cute.
I don't know if it's 2 N's or 1 N, but you get the point. It ends in an I. And
yeah, that's cute.
It's really cute. And her boyfriend's name is Dane.
Dane and Donnie.
Yes, isn't it cute?
That's adorable.
Yeah.
I do like the name Dane, but I'm a little partial because my dad's name's Dane.
If I have a son, I want to name him Dane.
Oh my God, me too.
You do? Well, you want it to be after your dad.
Yeah.
I want it to be because I like the name.
Oh. That or Emerson. I think my dad has pretty 2 solid names.
Your dad's middle name is Emerson?
But yeah, but for
that's
a girl name. Emerson.
Emerson is a good girl or boy name.
Well, wouldn't that be badass to be named after your grandpa, but you're a girl?
Yes.
So you're like Emerson, and you're like a tough little chick. And you call her Emmy, or like
you
M.
could call her Emmy.
Yeah.
Kenzie, do it. You've got to.
Emerson.
You got to do it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Chelsea wants that name too. So we're all three in the running.
Chelsea wants Emerson or Dane? Dane.
I don't know.
She wants one of them.
Dad.
Well, I can do whatever I want because I'm not a sister. I can just steal all y'all's names.
How dare you? What's your dad's name?
Ronald.
Fine. My son's name is Ronald now.
My dad doesn't like his name.
And you can't take it back. What's Ronald's middle name?
Greg with 2 G's. No, with 1 G. It's the way that's weird. Is it weird with 2 G's or is it weird with 1 G?
I don't know. Have you ever, sorry for anyone's name that is like this. I have met one person who spells it like this. Real cool dude. But Jeff, and it's spelled Geoff.
Yes.
I used to tease him and be like, Geoff.
Whenever you see it in a book spelled like that, in your head you say Geoff.
Geoff. You can name your son Geoff.
We want to hear from a listener named Geoff.
Yeah. One listener.
Please.
We do not have a Geoff listener.
I don't think Geoff is our main target audience.
Geoff's
girlfriend is.
Yeah, Geoff has a girlfriend and he's trying to be supportive. No, Geoff's a feminist and he's really interested in the topics. How dare you?
You're right.
Okay. So my week.
Kenzie, tell me about your week.
I never remember. Okay, so I have this problem that I have short-term memory loss, I'm pretty sure. What did I do this week? Because whenever you ask me, I'm like, I don't know.
Okay, what did you do this week? I was gone. What did you do this weekend? Oh, according to our story, you saw baby chicks.
Yeah, okay. Friday night, I edited a video for a collectible.
Wow, raging Friday.
Rager.
It was a rager.
And then on Saturday, I went to a pumpkin patch.
Oh, fun.
And it was next to Puyallup, and which is a suburb out of Seattle. And there was corn mazes and pumpkins. And
did you go down a corn maze?
Yeah, this is literally my favorite time of year.
Was the corn maze hard?
Yeah, actually. But the kids were running around because our friends had kids and they were like having a blast. So it was even more fun with them, you know, when they're having fun. But then we got so many pumpkins. Did you see my pumpkin decorations in my room?
Yep. And I saw your pumpkins upstairs on the table.
So I got all those there. So it was a lot of fun. And then Saturday afternoon, we hung out with Allie P.
Oh, you did? Where'd you go?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Allie P. And we actually just hung out here. And then we went to, not Whole Foods. I'm already an old lady.
Safeway.
No.
Central Market.
It's a place to decorate your house that's cheap.
Home Goods.
Ross. Yeah, Home Goods. Whole Foods. Home Goods. And we went there for Chelsea to pick out decorating stuff, but ironically, and I'm totally gonna sell Allie out, I hope she doesn't get out of me, she bought 10 candles.
She would.
And then we went to Target.
She literally bought 10 candles?
No kidding. And then we went to Target and she bought like 3 more.
What is she going to do with all these candles?
I don't know. Light them up. She has a 500 square foot apartment.
Were y'all making fun of her for buying that many candles?
Yeah, it was a lot of candles.
Did she call herself out for buying a lot of candles?
Yeah, but she was like, this one smells good and this one smells
She
good.
loves candles.
I mean,
like,
me
straight
too.
Up
straight up. I bought one though.
She has some candles that she refuses to light.
Why?
Because they're really expensive and they're huge. They're huge.
Then why buy them, Allie P?
Her mom gave them to her. So at least she didn't spend money on it. But it's this big and it's got about 20 wicks in it. It is
20?
Huge. It is huge. And one night she got drunk and lit it.
Allie
and
P.
she was like, don't tell my mom I accidentally lit it. I got drunk and lit the candle that she...
Wait, why would her mom buy her a candle she doesn't want her to light?
Because you're just supposed to use it for decoration. I don't know.
I hate it when moms do that shit. I'm sorry. I'm going to call out my mom. She would buy collectible Barbies, like the prettiest ones you could imagine.
With the prettiest dresses.
And be like, nope, you can't open it. And I'm like...
You were just like staring at it? Just like slowly picking away, trying to...
No, because I knew my butt would have been whooped if I tried that shit.
Now they're worth something, Kenzie, okay?
Well, Mom, let's see. Google how much it's worth, Mom, and report back to me. I hope it's worth it. I never got to play with the beautiful Barbies.
They are the most beautiful Barbies in those collections.
Like the holiday ones with the big poofy dresses.
Oh, girl, I didn't get to open them either.
Really?
We should just go buy a ton and then just rip the box open and just be like, look at our pretty Barbie.
Oh my gosh. I was like too old for this to buy one, but I almost did. But like in like late middle school, high school, they had a Barbie named Kenzie and she had my color hair with freckles like I do without makeup on.
Was she Barbie's little sister?
I don't know. It was like Kenzie. It was like her own little Barbie.
Oh.
Like, oh man. Anyway.
I'm going to buy it for you. Oh.
What?
Well, you saying Kenzie made me think of it. Charlotte's best friend from college is moving to Seattle.
No way.
Yeah, so she has to be on our podcast. Her name is Mackenzie.
Oh my gosh, we should make friends with her.
Oh, for sure. I already called her. She was asking me all the questions about Seattle, and I can't wait for her to move down here. And I said, look, the Seattle freeze is real, so I'm your friend. Don't worry.
And so am I.
Yeah,
Mackenzie.
So her name is Mackenzie. So
does she go by Kenzie?
Nope, she goes by Mackenzie.
Okay, Mackenzie. Hello. Okay. And then I did a cycling class on Sunday.
Nice.
And edited more videos. Oh, and then we watched the game at a bar. That was fun.
Oh, the A&M game?
Nope. Seattle Seahawks.
Did the Seattle Seahawks win?
I don't know. I don't pay attention.
I don't know. I was just there watching the whole time.
I go there for the beer.
So you went to the game and don't even know what happened.
I didn't go to the actual game. I just went to a local bar. I don't even think we stayed through the whole game.
I don't know if they won either. I care about football zero now. I used to care about football so much.
Maybe you never cared about football.
Getting deep on me. No, honestly, I really liked watching Texas A&M. And I still liked watching Texas A&M on this weekend. But here, I mean, they just don't watch football like you do in Texas. You're just not as invested.
I don't know. Like, I just don't like sports. Unpopular opinion. I don't like sports.
Unpopular opinion of Kenzie Meekbeck.
I just sit there and I look at the uniforms.
And I drink the beer.
And then I wait for halftime performance if there is one.
Well, Kenz, you know, some people just don't like football.
Okay.
You should date my boyfriend. He doesn't like football. Y'all could not like football together.
That could be the club. All right, Des, we switched. You're now mine.
Des, Kenzie's coming to Seattle, and now I'm going to live in Snoqualmie.
Okay, Desmond, you're now my boyfriend. He's like, I'm never hanging out with her again. I'm just kidding. Okay.
What are we talking about this week?
Greek rush.
Ooh, we were both in sorority.
Can we do our chant?
Which one?
Chelsea hates it when I do this.
Which one do you want to do?
Go Gamma.
Go, 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 Gamma, Gamma, go, 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 Phi, Phi, go, 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 Beta, Beta, Gamma, Phi, Beta. That's right.
And we lost all of our viewers again. Thank you for watching. No, but yeah, so we were both in Gamma Phi at A&M.
And I loved it with my entire heart and soul. I loved every second of it. I was telling Kenzie that the first semester I wasn't in a sorority and I was straight up miserable. I cried myself to sleep every night. I hated every second of my life. I was going to transfer to Texas State or to the University of Texas so I could be close to home. And then I was just like, I'm going to join a sorority. So then I joined a sorority. It changed my life.
And then you met us.
All my best friends. I paid for my friends. I don't care. I don't care.
What was I going to ask you? I had a thought. Damn it. I am not having a good memory today.
So I joined the sorority, like I said, my second semester, the spring semester, and that's when I met my best friend, Allie, and just so many good friends. Alicia, you, Chelsea.
Do you remember when Chelsea came in?
Mm-hmm. And I was like, I want her to be my little. And then I had the biggest crush on her, and I was like, she's got to be in my family, and she is the best. And I took her on a date. And I was like, I really want you to be my
You romanced her?
I straight up romanced her. I was like, I love this girl. I've got to have her. That is what happened.
That's so cute. And you're my great.
Thanks, Ken. Don't rub it in.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's funny to you.
We're only like 2 years apart.
But I had the greatest experience in a sorority. I lived in the house for 2 years. My roommate was Sophie, and we had a lot of fun in our room, and I can't praise it enough. I know that,
Awesome.
I mean, there's obviously things that annoy you, and it costs a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
But at the same time, yes, I did pay for I think I fully admit that I paid for my friends, but it was worth every penny.
Yeah. So let's talk. Well, should we do negative first or positive?
Do you want to talk about your experience?
Yeah. And I guess I'll just kind of flow through it. Well, no, I can go back to like just bouncing off. Maybe we can go good, bad in points.
Perfect.
Okay. So overall, I do not regret rushing at all. So I went to my freshman year at Texas A&M, and like a lot of my friends from high school were going there, so I wasn't too worried about friends, but Chelsea was the president, and, you know, Chelsea is an advocate for stuff, so she's like, you have to rush, and you have to go give a five. So, I rushed, and I remember it was such a surreal experience because Chelsea was the president at the time that I rushed, and so she, of course, used her influence, and I was number one pick, I think, right?
Well, yeah, for sure.
And so I like went through the house, and it was like so creepy because everyone, I think, was told to like be jacked up when I walked in. So they're like, hi, Kenzie, hi, Kenzie, hi, Kenzie, hi, Kenzie, hi, Kenzie.
Yeah, we like showed your picture. Did you ever rush on the other side?
No.
So we get these books of all of the girls who are rushing, and it is like their resume and their picture, and we memorize the ones that we like, and we memorize what they do and what they did in high school, and we match up girls that are already in the sorority with girls who have similar interests, like, oh, I was always put with people who were on the dance team because I was on the dance team, and oh, you played soccer, so does this girl. And so then you know the order of the girls outside the door, you know the order that they're going to be in, and so then you put the girls on the inside in that same order. So then that way, whenever you pick up the girl at the front door to lead them into the house. Are these
secrets?
I don't think so.
Okay.
This is what literally every sorority on the face of this earth does. Like, it is what, it's not just our specific sorority. Every single sorority on the face of this earth does this. And then that way, whenever you pick up the girl, you know who you're picking up. You know her name. You know all the stuff about her. And then you can guide the conversation so that you talk about what you have in common.
Mm. Yeah. So
So then everybody knew you. And so then everybody was like, hi, Kenzie.
Yeah. So I guess they knew everyone. But for me, I was like, you know, your first experience, you're like, how the heck do they know all this, you know? And so anyway, I really did love the girls because, one, they're really cool. Mm-hmm. They were really great. And it was really about a sisterhood at A&M. And if I would have stayed, I probably would have tried to follow in Chelsea's footsteps. But no, I really loved it, and the girls were so sweet. I'm still friends with some of them, like from A&M, and mm-hmm. I was only at A&M for a year. So I would say that experience uplifted me. I loved the girls. I even was an officer at the end of the year for my first year. I really liked it. And then I went and transferred at OU, and it's just when you go to rush, and I don't know if my experience would have been completely different. When you go to rush, you rush to the house that will probably fit you best,
Mm-hmm.
or that's what you would like to think, or that might happen. It's not for everyone, obviously, but you try. It's like it's dating. You try to find someone.
Yeah, it is like dating.
Yeah,
And
it's like rush dating.
You
Speed dating.
probably got cut from a lot of houses on the first day just because you were the sitting president's sister.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Even they brought it up to me.
Yeah, they're like, we're cutting you.
Yeah.
We know you're Chelsea's sister.
Yeah. And so I was just like, so I went to OU, and it was, the house wasn't exactly my type. I did make some lifelong friends. One of my best friends, Amy Slanchik, was,
I know her from Instagram.
yes. She's one of my best friends from college. I have a group of girlfriends that are my best friends from college, and she was one of them. And she came up to me the first day on Gamma Phi, invited me to her at OU, and invited me to her birthday party immediately. And it was like she made me feel really welcome. And it's not that the other girls didn't. It's just like the personalities wasn't exactly the same. And so I dropped just because it didn't feel the same to me. And Greek life was just more of a part of a culture at OU than A&M, and A&M just felt like, yeah, you are in the sorority, but you could have, like, you have friends outside, like it's diverse. But I just felt like Greek really did hang out with Greek at OU. I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying that's how my experience went. I just feel like, and I'm sure a lot of experiences are different. Everyone has a different experience. But the girls were nice. They weren't mean. I wasn't bullied. I just, it didn't feel like home.
It didn't click.
It didn't feel like home. And so I dropped.
Yeah, and another thing to point out about A&M is that A&M is a really big school, and the Greek population is extremely small. It's only like, I don't know, I'm throwing out a percent here, but I want to say like 25% or 20% or something like that. And other schools like TCU, the school that Charlotte went to, it's like 75% Greek or something like that.
Right.
It's extremely high. And so I think then the culture of the Greek life is really dependent on how big the Greek population is. So at A&M, yes, we were part of this awesome organization, but it wasn't our lives, and we didn't only have to hang out with Greeks or only date Greek people. Like, it didn't feel like that at all.
Yeah, and so it just was a different experience. I'm not talking poop. There were plenty of great girls in other sororities there. Like, it's not bad. I have plenty of friends that were in sororities. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
But what A&M did teach me, though, I guess going into one of my great experiences from A&M and OU, because I made my best friend with Amy, and then our friendship grew and our friend group grew. But in high school, I was like one of those girls that kind of took pride in like being like, oh, my friends are dudes, and like being like, oh, I'm like one of those girls that only hangs out with dudes. And I thought it was like maybe a good thing that I like didn't do that, but I felt like the girls in my school were kind of catty in high school. So I went to college, and I learned the importance of good female friends. I think, like, yes, Emily was one of my good female friends growing up, and wonderful experience with her. She knows I adore her to death, but it's just like,
She was your only girlfriend?
no, I had others, but like true faithful friendships that are true blue, not like wishy-washy.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Emily was probably one of my main ones. I'm not saying the only ones. I had a lot of friends that were good people in high school, but I would say Emily is my main friend from that experience that was not wishy-washy. So I just feel like the sorority and that in general taught me the importance of good girlfriends and like supporting yourself with women and how actually vital that is. Now I actually can't imagine with being mostly friends with dudes. Like, I really enjoy feminine friendships. Not that I don't have friends that are guys now, but definitely more women now.
So something that I didn't realize was, I mean, you can look at it as a negative, or you could look at it, I mean, it depends on your opinion. But I didn't even realize this until I was telling my sister-in-law Amanda about sororities, because in Canada, sororities aren't nearly as big of a thing as they are in the South. And so I was telling Amanda about it because it was just such a vital part of my college experience. And so I was telling her, I was like, we lived in these beautiful, huge houses, and they were so well kept and they were beautiful. And we lived on the second and third floor. And then the first floor was the common area and the kitchen. And you weren't allowed to have alcohol in the house. If you got caught with alcohol, you were kicked out. You weren't allowed to have boys on the second floor. Boys could only be on the first floor. And then fraternities were totally different. They were like in these rundown houses off campus. They had parties nonstop. They had so much alcohol in the houses, I can't even tell you. And there was no like, oh, no girls allowed upstairs.
They were like, come on up, ladies.
Yeah. And I was telling Amanda about how different it was. And Amanda, being like the extreme feminist that she is, in a good way, was like, why? Like, she was like vividly upset about the differences between the two. And I was like, I didn't even click that it was a bad thing. Like, to me, that was a life. And it didn't even click until Amanda was like, there should be no differences. But then I think about it, and no offense to the fraternity houses, but look at our houses compared to theirs.
Well, but I kind of agree. Like, one, why can't we drink there? Two, like, even if we had a wine night, like, why is that big of a deal? And then two, like,
I guess
boys upstairs, like, that's so old school. Like, I don't know.
I liked our rules.
We're of adult age. Really? That's so weird. We're of adult age for you, because you're such a feminist. We're of an adult age. Why can't we, like, consent to that happening?
I liked our rules.
You did? Why?
Yeah, because our house was so clean and so neat. Look at those frat houses. They were about to fall down. They were disgusting in every sense of the word. I loved being able to, walk around in my underwear without anybody having intercourse in a bed next to me. But I just liked our rules, and I didn't care. It didn't bug me that the fraternities didn't have rules. And I also maybe think that the rules were applied because our houses were on campus and the fraternity houses were off campus. There was just like some weird thing about how, I don't know, the rules just apply to us.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Does it make you mad?
At times, but then at the same time, I'm like, it's kind of nice also that we have like a female oasis, like away from men.
At OU, were the rules the same? Like,
yeah.
And then were the fraternities the same, where it was like,
yeah. No, but they had really nice houses.
Oh, they had really nice houses.
Yeah,
but all the alcohol was allowed.
Oh yeah,
and all the girls were allowed upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
But then the sororities had our rules.
Wait, but is it frowned upon or is it allowed
for the girls to go upstairs?
No, fraternities. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if it is allowed or if it just happens under the radar or it's just like the other way. Because I've heard of like cops busting the parties.
At some of the fraternity parties at A&M, there would be cops at the parties checking IDs. Like, that's how big the parties were.
Oh.
Because if a certain number of group of people get together, then there has to be, police there. And
I don't know. I don't know if there are different rules.
Maybe I vividly remember getting ID'd, and then if you were not 21, then you got big X's on your hands, and we were at a frat party.
No way. No, we did not have that. No.
But that was one time. I don't remember if it was every time. It wasn't every time, for sure. It wasn't. But Amanda was so mad that the rules were so different. And then, like you said, it is weird for me to be like this big feminist and to be like, I just didn't care. Like, the frats can do whatever they want, but I'm glad that I like our rules.
Huh. Well, there you go. Everyone's different. I also thought it was another, well, I guess maybe we could go into maybe two bad things. I think that parts of recruitment are a little harsh. And I don't know. I wonder if there can be an alternative way. And I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for that, but it's just like, it's difficult, when you're rushing and you have to look nice and it feels like it's about status at times. And not all girls make you feel like that. And it's not only about that, for sure. I've seen the opposite. I just wonder if there's a way to improve the rush process or just make it feel less status oriented and more about friendship. I don't know. it just feels like when you have to dress a certain way and look a certain way, then maybe it is about that a little bit. And I don't know.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier before we started recording. And
I'm not trying to get on anyone's toes. I'm not going to go on a feminist rampage about it. I just am curious, is there a way to change it? You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And that's what you and I were talking about. We were saying on the first day, you only get like 15 minutes to talk. Like you barely get any time to talk. And then on the last day, you probably get like 35 to 45 minutes to talk. And so there are 5 days of rush, but you do have to cut people after the first day, after only talking to them for 15 minutes or however long. And, yes, everybody votes, but really the people whose opinion is paid attention to is the people that you met. So if I was the only one who met you on day 1 and I only talked to you for 10 minutes and I had to get up and be like, Kenzie's amazing, blah, blah, blah. Like, who's to say that you would click with everybody else just because you clicked with one person?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And so maybe there are a lot of processes where people really are conscious about the conversation, though.
Yeah, I think that we did a really good
job.
Then
great. Then the process maybe isn't that bad, but sometimes it does seem, I see why sometimes Greek life does get a bad rep.
Oh, for sure. And then I was saying to you, though, how could we improve it?
Maybe have just kind of like, I guess, the fraternities, but maybe different, but like have a party where you just all hang out.
Yeah.
I feel like I kind of would like the winter rush process more.
Yeah.
Can you explain winter rush?
It's not as intense as fall rush, and it is more like more intimate size parties. I mean, on day 1 of fall recruitment, we're meeting I don't know, 1,000 girls or something ridiculous.
Well, A&M's big, so I'm sure that's different than a lot of places.
You could for sure improve on it. And I was just so stuck in the mind of this is how we do it. This is how we did it, And so, but you're totally right. There are ways to improve it, and it could be more relaxed. A relaxed coffee.
Yeah. But I don't know. Yes, 15 minutes, I think that leaves room for error in opinion. It makes your brain think too quickly maybe. And so maybe you judge quickly based on looks, or the people really genuinely take in that conversation. I'm not completely I just feel like we should also argue for women in every viewpoint. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the fraternities have parties, but then they invite all the girls that they want to be there.
Exactly.
So there could be a nice middle, between super hardcore sorority rush and then super laid back fraternity rush. If we could find the nice middle line, maybe that would be the perfect potion.
Yeah, and I wonder if we should have I don't know. Is there a way to improve diversity? Is there a way to improve,
Yeah.
There's got to be a way. Just keep an open mind, talk to people, I don't know. I'm such a conversationalist. I don't know if I would have been good at Rush. I'd be like, she was great at talking. And then everyone would be like, no, Kenzie. You're like, okay. But I don't know.
But at the same time, first impressions are really important.
Yeah.
They're really important in job interviews. First impressions are really important.
Yeah.
And how you portray yourself in the first 10 minutes means a lot. So there is that argument too, but I feel 100% supportive in how can we make things diverse? How can we, make sure that
everyone feels included in of every background, whether that be financial, race, gender equality. I feel like everyone
sexual orientation.
Yeah. I wonder if there's been any transgender cases.
Oh, I don't know.
Where
there has to have been.
Is a trans woman when a male identifies as a woman?
Yeah, she would be a woman.
Yeah, she would be a woman. Okay, cool. So, and then she would have won a Rush. So anyway, how is there ways to improve diversity?
Yeah. I think that would be the key question.
And actually, those were my main points. The other one was we don't have the same rules as frats, which we talked about. And then fraternity rush is just completely different. It's just like parties. Just straight partying.
Just straight up parties.
And probably sometimes hazing. But straight parties. I was never hazed, were you?
No
not
way.
in the slightest.
I guess that's another difference in the rules. Like, there was no hazing. And thank God there was no hazing. That's terrible. But then in fraternities, maybe there is hazing. I mean, there's always rumors that there's hazing, you know?
Yeah.
But then that was another. If we would have got caught doing the slightest bit of hazing, you would be kicked off of campus.
Yeah, sororities are way
seconds.
different.
But I'm so glad for our rules. I'm glad that is a rule that we cannot haze.
Right.
Speaking of hazing, you know what I just remembered?
Yes.
Whenever
Sorry
you would,
if that wasn't appropriate. Yes.
do you remember whenever you would find out who your big or little was, your big would get you a paddle?
Oh yeah.
And we thought that was normal.
I think that was like Xnade from OU. I think I was there when it like stopped happening.
We would straight up get a paddle. You would go to the Greek boutique. You would get it painted in your sorority letters, your symbols, blah, blah, blah.
Did they used to haze like that, female sororities?
I don't know, but we still got paddles, and that is weird that we did that. And then the top would say Big Sis Megan, and then the bottom would say Little Sis Chelsea. And then we would take pictures pretending that we were spanking them.
Oh.
I don't know if we took pictures pretending to hit each other. But we for sure had paddles. We for sure did. I got Chelsea one. Or was the little supposed to get the big one?
And then no.
I don't know, but
wait, no, it would probably be the big to get the little, because then the big could whoop your butt.
I either got Chelsea one or Chelsea got me one. I don't know, but you traded paddles. That is what you did.
I better not sass to Megan, because she's my great camping. Now I'm just making her feel self-conscious.
Chelsea, Kenzie,
the little sister is getting out of control.
Yes, I am so much older than you.
No, you're not. Wait, you just turned 28.
I turned 28.
Yeah, and I turned 26, so we only 2 years apart.
And Kenzie was just saying, oh, Desmond's 10 years older than me.
Yeah, my new boyfriend's 10 years older.
I like dating older men.
Oh, do you have a theory about that?
I feel like he's more mature, but maybe that's just him.
It kind of is true. Okay, so guys, ladies gossip time. Let's go a little bit more lighthearted. So I'm on the dating apps, and you can like set the age range, and I only do like my age and up. I'm like, no one younger than me. No.
Oh, so you only do 25 to what, 35?
Yeah.
25 to 35.
But 35 just seems like it's a little bit barking up the tree for me. No offense, Des. But it's just like, that is a pretty big age gap.
10 years is a big age
for
gap.
dating. Yeah. Kind of.
I think I would probably I don't know. If I was 25, I would probably still date Des.
Well, you love him.
I love him. He's so cute.
But no. Well, I have dated guys. I don't know.
Do you feel like the older guys are more mature?
To an extent. I think it depends on the person, but yeah, I tried it like once to date a younger guy. It didn't work.
Did not work out.
No.
Can we also talk about the clothes that we used to wear in sororities?
Oh, yeah.
Guess what we would do? We would wear Nike shorts and then extra large
Nike
then extra large shirts.
Remember? Oh yeah, and Ugg boots.
And Ugg boots.
Ew. Or they probably still do that crap.
Or yoga pants, Ugg boots, and extra large shirts.
Back in our day, and I'm sure it's definitely not like this now. It was definitely a trend. Football t-shirt dresses.
Oh yes.
So it was like a football game day dress, but it was made out of like old t-shirts. Oh God.
Yeah, and
it was like ruffly.
At one of the, not our school, not A&M, but Baylor. At Baylor, the Pi Phis were known to wear short Nike shorts and then extra large Pi Phi shirts. So that way you literally could not see the shorts at all. And then Baylor created this Facebook page called Pants for Pi Phi. And they went And they would take pictures of the Pi Pis wearing their Nike shorts with these ginormous shirts and be like, hey, can you remind the Pi Pis to wear pants?
Just a little longer, ladies. Just a little longer.
I would wear Nike shorts with larger t-shirts, but not, you could still see the little bit of black sticking out.
That's what I still wear to bed. I'm a sorority girl when I go to bed.
Yeah.
I'm like, college shirt.
What else
Nike
did
shorts.
we used
When
to
will
do
I
that
grow
was
out of
weird?
that?
We had songs for everything. They were fun songs though.
Oh, we're recording this after work.
Kenzie's tired. Kenzie's like, okay, it's time to go.
Okay, time for bed. I don't know. I'm trying to think of other trends.
But whenever you were rushing, I was the recruitment vice president.
She was scary.
So whenever you would open the doors to the party, me and Chelsea would hold up our fingers and say 1, 2, 3, and then the girls behind us would scream Gamma, Phi,
It was so
Beta.
scary.
And then as soon as they were done saying Beta, then we would open the doors and stand on the outside, and then inside the girls would be like right in the door, and you would have to bounce and clap.
It was so lound, and toward the last days, you were like the only one walking in, so you're like, okay.
Weren't all the houses do that?
Yeah, but I think you guys really knocked it out. Maybe this because I loved you guys and I was gonna rush anyway. Gamma Phi, I was like,
we would literally practice for hours making them, and then me and Chelsea would walk around and be like, louder.
Chelsea was good at that. Both you and Chelsea are so good. I remember you rushing me.
Well, maybe that's why I meant to be in recruiting.
I thought, wow, she's so pretty.
Oh, thank you.
It's all blonde. I'm like, oh, she's a pretty girl.
Thanks, girl. Oh, and then this is what you would also do. So one girl would pick you up at the door.
Oh, and they would push your...
And they would have your hand on your back and guide you where that girl had a specific spot to be at. She would go to the same spot every party, and she would guide you to the spot, and then she'd be talking to you, and then then you would get bumped by somebody, and then that way you got to talk to like at least 2 people. And so then around the 15-minute mark, I would start tapping people because all the parties were timed, and so then I would start tapping people, telling them to go to the next person, and then the next person would be like, oh, hey, how are you? Kenzie, this is Emily. I really enjoyed talking to you today, but I'm going to go mingle. That's what you would say.
Oh, my gosh.
And then Emily got to talk to you.
Yeah. Oh, well, I already knew her. I was like, hey.
You were like, thank God, let's not talk for like 10 minutes,
and I'm
please.
pretty sure Emily was like, okay, I'm going to act like super excited about talking to you right now, but I'm not going to talk to you about anything because I'm really tired of thinking of stuff.
And it would be so hot and y'all would be so sweaty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was gross. And I had a story. So I was during that rush process, I was also rushed by another sorority pretty hard. I don't know why they thought they could.
Which one? We can bleep it out. Okay.
And so I walked into their sorority and they were like, oh, cool. How's lacrosse going? And they like forgot to like let me tell them about it. And I was like, how do you know that? And the girl was like,
were they like, oh, so are you Chelsea's sister? Did they like say anything?
That's what, okay. So Tri-Delts were legacies for Tri-Delt.
Oh, because your aunt's a Tri-Delt, right?
No, grandma.
Oh, your grandma's a Tri-Delt.
Mm-hmm.
So you were also a legacy Tri-Delt, but you were a pure Gamma Phi.
Yeah, they were like, we see that your grandma used to be a Tri-Delt, but get that. No, they didn't. They were nice. But they were like, but isn't your sister a Gamma Phi? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, okay.
Yeah, she's actually the sitting president.
Yeah. Some of them didn't even pretend. They were like, yeah, we know who your sister is.
You all know it's kind of weird. But it's just like part of it. I don't know.
Yeah. But it was fun. Overall, I made so many good friends with you guys. It was so fun.
We wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for Gamma Phi.
Go.
We would sing songs during Rush. We would sing songs during serious times. We would sing pretty songs. We would sing fun songs.
No, it's a good time overall for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, what's good in your day today?
Tomorrow is a really fun day for me. I get to go see MC Yogi. He's a famous yogi.
Ooh, I feel like even I've heard of him. Is it because we
Maybe
follow him on Insta?
Oh, we follow him on Insta for
Okay.
sure. And he's coming to Seattle tomorrow, and he wrote a book, and I already finished it and read it. But you get to meet him, and he signs your book, and then he teaches you yoga, and then he does a speech, and I'm so excited.
What time is this?
7, I'll Snapchat, Insta story. I'll
Insta-story.
Insta story it. Not all of it, but some of it.
Awesome. I'm getting my hair did. Girl,
It's
it's been a long time since July. Do
Girl,
you see
it's ready.
These Rudies?
It's
Do
ready.
you see these Rudies? No, I'm actually going to go a little darker, I think.
Why? For the fall?
Yeah, I'm not eliminating the blonde. I think I'm just thinking about making the base of it lighter or darker.
Okay.
Just more dark strands.
See what Larissa has to say.
I know. It might not be the two blondies on the podcast anymore. No, it will be. I'm just like keeping highlights, but I think I'm a little darker.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to see it.
Why are you skeptical? I see the skepticalness in your eyes.
Because I went dark and I know what it's like, but I went really dark.
But I'm naturally dark.
Yeah.
I feel like you were born a blondie.
No.
You weren't?
I mean, it's probably like dirty blonde.
Mm.
It's like mouse brown. It's like puke brown.
That's how mine is. That's why I had to spice it up. Well, thanks for watching.
Well, I'm excited to see your hair. We'll take a picture of it on Wednesday
I know.
and put it up.
I hope I like it.
Okay. Larissa won't let you down.
Yeah, I know. She's good at it. Okay. Do we have a positive quote?
We have a positive quote. It isn't from a woman, but it is still from somebody that we admire a lot. And it's just with everything that's going on, we feel right now that focusing on peace would be important. So it's a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that.
I love that quote.
I know, it's the best. We also wanted to read a quote from Ariana Grande in regards to Las Vegas. My heart is breaking for Las Vegas. We need love, unity, peace, gun control, and for people to look at this and call this what it is, terrorism.
So, Las Vegas, our hearts are with you today. Yeah.
America,
We
our
really
heart is with
are.
you.
Okay. Well, love you guys. Spread peace, love, joy, and equality.